Live on YouTube, waiting on you to get ready so I can go live on my Facebook.
Okay.
I've been missing you. How was your day? You look tired, baby.
Sit down, take a break.
The house is already clean. Don't you move. I'm reading your grandfather. I could dare
Perfect.
you.
Somebody
loves you.
doing a little interlude. And that somebody is me.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody loves you. And that somebody is me. To those of you who haven't yet, can y'all go ahead and go to YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube page, Seagraves Says? Greatly appreciate it. Thanks. We're going to go ahead and get started for the one time, for the one time, for the one time, for the two times, for the three times.
I hope that you lie. I know it's not your birthday or anniversary. No, I want to show you just what you mean to me. Somebody loves you, and that somebody is me.
Girl, can't you see? I know it's been a while since we have tuned in, and gave our commentary the last time we spoke. Well, thank y'all for tuning in, first and foremost.
We want to thank everybody who's supporting the cause. Thank you. Thank you to the people. Oh, man.
When we left off on our last live, we were discussing Thanksgiving and being prepared to go in and be with family, and how would we integrate with family? How would we make it a pleasant visit with family and loved ones? And if you did go have Thanksgiving or the holidays with your family, it's open discussion, open topic, and see how you guys had fun with your family and celebrated, and what was on the menu, what did you guys eat, what y'all didn't like, what you did like.
What was your favorite part about going to celebrate the holidays with your peeps, if that's how you chose to celebrate? And if you didn't celebrate around family, what did you end up doing? So for our family, the Seagraves household, as y'all know, I don't know, some of y'all may know, some of y'all may not. When we got together, we had a long talk about a whole bunch of stuff, and the holidays was one of the things that we talked about. So we came to the conclusion that we were going to kind of take a back seat on the calendar holidays. And when I say a back seat, in other words, we weren't going to celebrate. Now, we claim we don't celebrate, but every year for Thanksgiving, I get what I want to eat from my husband, okay? So this year, I requested, I mean, it's simple. The only thing I want is just some dressing and some homemade macaroni and cheese with a little brown gravy, and I managed to get that every year. And y'all that watched the live last time, he went in about how he wasn't going to cook, and we was just going to blah, 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 but I got what I wanted, as I typically do. But anyway, our question to y'all is, how did y'all's Thanksgiving go? Did y'all go celebrate with the fam? Did y'all have a good time? And what was your favorite part about the holiday? Me personally, my favorite part was just always getting my way. I got what I wanted, even though this man told me he wasn't going to cook for me. Anybody that knows him knows that that's funny, because he's a giver. Mr. Seagraves is definitely a giver. And long as he's put in the right settings, he's going to always be a giver. But we want some input from y'all. How did it go? How did the holidays go? Everybody. Hey, everybody tuning in. How y'all doing? Well, as I stated, we coming back live to y'all today, talking about the holidays and how it went with your fam. And if you didn't celebrate with your family, what did you choose to do? How did y'all bring in Thanksgiving and the holiday season? As I stated, we sat around. We actually, honestly, we watched football all day. He prepared everything that he prepped everything the night before, and therefore on Thanksgiving we pretty much just watched every football game it was that came on TV from start to finish. And yeah, it was a good Sunday. I enjoyed myself because me personally, I'm a football fan. I love sports. I'm a sports head, so my favorite part was just being able to be with my family and hold them close to my heart as I typically do, and being able to love on them.
Yeah, next year, I don't even care if I cook or anything. And she says she always get her way, and that is true. I don't think I'm going to be doing any cooking. She is going to have to take the recipes that I give her and definitely cook them herself, or we can cater in. Uh,
I
it's
don't
a,
have a problem with that.
it's exhausting sometimes cooking, and everybody knows this out there that's cooking. Even if you bring in one dish, sometimes it's exhausting, and you may mess up or you may make it fantastic. It's just that after you get a certain age, you kind of like you don't want to do it anymore. I know I don't. I don't know about y'all out there in the audience. Um, and it's hard when your wife doesn't eat meat, and I try to cater to her finicky ways of eating. And that is hard. It is. It's really hard. Um, but at any rate, we did not go to Texas, where we're from, and we kind of stayed at home. And our family out here, we had a lot of love, and we had a lot of love to give. We received a lot of love. We received a lot of phone calls from back home. We received some phone calls here in town, and we also made some calls. I'm thankful that we are still alive, well, and breathing in our right mind. I'm thankful that we're just learning and beginning to really, peel back layers and know who we are as individuals and as a family that we're creating. And raised in a certain manner or a certain way, you tend to just go into a cycle all the time, and breaking that cycle or breaking those traditions, excuse me, it's hard and frustrating as well. Um, I'm kind of startled on words right now. Trying to put it together because it's been a while. So if you don't do anything in steady repetition, it does sometimes you stumble. So I'm going to pass it out to my wife and see if she can't pick up the baton and let me gather my thoughts.
Pretty much, honestly, we've said what we had to say on the Mr. Francine said it's not the same because her grandparents are gone. So with that being said, my grandparents are gone as well. And my grandmother passed away when I was 6 months old. My grandfather died when I was probably about 7 or 8 years old. So my grandparents are gone as well. But I feel like it wasn't my grandparents that kept the tradition going. It was more so my mom. My mom is the backbone for our family. And when I say our family, meaning we have a pretty huge family. And for her sisters and brothers, she's always been the backbone of the family. So that's how we've kept certain traditions going, was through my mom. And I just want to say that I love and appreciate her for everything that she's doing and has done and will continue to do for the family. And yeah, that was pretty much it when it comes to the holidays. There's also some other topics we wanted to discuss on today. This little situation has arose with this kid and his father about him wanting to stand on business and feeling like he grown. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with children feeling like they grown, but to me, saying that you grown is more than just an age, right? It's more so to do with responsibility. It's when you're able to pick up certain responsibilities, pay your own bills, be on time, be somebody that people can count on. To me, that makes you more grown than just a number of age. So we want to touch a little bit on what happened with T.I. and his son King. Just the fact that we have so many kids, and a lot of our children are, the majority of our kids are grown at this point. And I can say that they're grown because they're standing on their own. They're standing on their own 2 feet. They pay their own bills. They have their own residence. They have their own families that they're building. So I can honestly say that they're grown. I'm not going to take nothing away from nobody. I love to give props where props is due. And I'm very proud of our children and the way that they are standing on business when it comes to the things that they're supposed to be doing for their families that they've started. But as far as him feeling like he stood on business, I don't really know the ins and outs of that. So I just really want to kind of bring it and make it personal on our level to where we can kind of talk about it a little bit through our situation.
Whew, that's a mouthful. That's a lot to ingest and digest. Because when we were kids, we're kind of in the same era. You just it wasn't acceptable to talk back. You didn't talk back. You understood where you needed to be. And social media has given people platforms to do whatever it is they want to do and say whatever it is they want to say because you have people encouraging these disrespectful habits, behaviors, and acts. Um, it's just hard, especially when you are a public figure and when you are trying to sustain a life for your children and all they want to do is tear it down, so to speak. Like she said, I can't speak on their inner circle at home, but I can speak on mine. And it's going to always be one or two kids in the family that are going to test you because we tested our family.
That rebel.
I wouldn't necessarily say rebel. And then too, you can say
I
rebel, I
say
guess.
rebel because to me, rebel means to go against the what's being put in front of you. Rebel means that anytime somebody's trying to create something for you or show you a way of doing something, you go the opposite way. That to me, that's rebelling. And I rebelled a lot as a teen and as a young adult. So that's why I'm able to use the word rebel. That's why I chose that word because to me, you're going against what your parents are trying to set forth for you. So I don't know what other word to use other than rebel because it is in a so to speak having your own personality in your own mind, true. But at the same time, it's like with our situation, we are working on building a legacy for our family. We're working on building a legacy for those that fall up under our umbrella. So when we do that and we have certain jobs that we need to put to each child or for each child to do in order to make it be an easy transitional situation, it's kind of hard to come together with our young adult children because everybody has their own lives, they have their own things that they want to do, they have their own means of how they're getting money and their vision of success. But at the same time, it's like they have things that they expect of us as well, being their parents. But if we're trying to set forth some type of foundation for you and you never want to come go with the family, you want to always go against the grain, it makes it that much harder for us to start or proceed, keep going with the legacy. Because as you know, any business that you run, anything you do in life, it takes a team. And so a lot of these people are having to go outside of their family, go outside of the people who are very capable within the family, and they're having to go hire people outside of the family to get things done when it can be their adult children helping them to do these things. And this is me personally. We have a lot of adult children, and I feel like if we were to come together with our kids, or we were all sit down at the round table, and our table is square, we got the last what she call it, the last meal table,
The Last Supper.
the last supper table. We got a big table. So if we were to sit down at our table and just come together with some, I think if we were to brainstorm as a family just to see how everybody could probably play a pivotal role in a situation, we would be a lot further than what we are now. I don't complain, I don't cry about it, I just do what I got to do. But I am the same type of person to where if I feel like I can help you, I'm going to help you as much as I can. But if you're not helping me help you, I can't help you. There's nothing I can do. And so you can't look at the success that you feel like we're having and feeling like you're on the outside of that success when we've came to you guys on more than one occasion and try to get everybody to sit down and kind of pull together to see what we can do to make the foundation stronger.
So, anybody that's out there listening or watching, if you are going through some similar problems or
Situations.
situations in your life right now with your adult children, what are some of the ways that you try to resolve conflict or keep everything in a respectful manner? Because this is going on across the world. It doesn't matter your color, your ethnicity, whatever. It is going on across the world, and social media isn't helping this at all. You know, what can we do as a community to try to change this narrative? Because it is harmful to us. It is
Yes,
detriment
it
to
is.
us, and we need to come together and and rear our children into the right direction. So
We are open for discussion. We are open for different people to we're open for the conversation. As he stated, like what are y'all doing to try to help it be more, I don't know, cohesive in your situation?
and even if you don't have children and you are auntie or uncle and you see your sister or brothers going through this, how are you trying to be an uncle or aunt to help brother and sister to navigate through these troubled waters, because as we know, we don't have there is no guidebook or a way to raise a child or to raise a family other than what we've been taught. And as we grow further in life and mature, we see that some of the things that worked for us as children, it doesn't work for our children now.
Right. The things that our parents did for us and it worked for them, that's not the same things that we're able to do for our children going forward. It's like some of the things work when it comes to discipline, morals, and values and respect. We can kind of stay along those guidelines, but when it comes to different things, it's not working. So, as a parent, as he said, there's no guidebook, there's no handbook that we were issued at the time of having a child that says, hey, follow these steps and this is how you're going to have a successful child, or follow these steps and this is how you're going to be a successful parent. I don't think anything like that exists. And if it does, I don't think that there will be I don't think that there's just one set way of doing things, because when we come into this world, we come into this world with different personalities. We come into this world with different traits. We come into this world with different likes, beliefs, and dislikes and disbeliefs. So I don't think it will be one set way that we will be able to set forth and be like, hey, if you do this, then you're going to have a successful relationship with your adult children. Or if you go this way, you're going to have a successful, your kids are going to turn out successful. I don't think that it will work in that manner. But if someone was to invent one, we don't know. Maybe we could start passing them out at the time of birth and see if we hand out these guidebooks, if there's going to be a certain way or, just format that you can follow in order to be able to be successful within being a parent, man. It's just me personally, I'm not going to say I give up. I'm not going to say I throw the towel in, but I am going to say sometimes it does get very stressful being a mom, man. And for like 13 years of my situation with my daughter, I was a single parent for 13 years. And then he came into my life. And once he came into my life, we pretty much, came together and blended our family at the best that we could. I'm not going to say that was the most successful thing ever, because as we all know, it gets difficult trying to blend a family. And so we had some difficulties within the situation, but I'm still a mom no matter what. I'm still going to be a mom until the day I die. I'm still going to always be here for my children to the best of my ability until the day that I die. I'm not going to, what was the word you used when you said I'm not going to pacify their BS. In other words, if they're out there messing up, I'm going to be that parent to try to correct them within their mess up, but at the same time, be there for them if that makes any sense while they're going through their struggles in life. I'm never going to turn my back on them and make them feel like what they're going through don't matter, because it does.
And that goes back to the topic of being around family and loved ones at the holiday season. When there is conflict within the parent-child relationship, that makes the holidays difficult at times, because it's not only with your intermediate family, but you're bringing your whole family together, the one you derive from and the one you've created. And so there has been a lot of hurt, strange strife within the whole dynamic of the kingdom. So how do you bring everyone together to where one can be happy, one can think about all the good times and how to maneuver and have conflict resolutions through the bad times? And it's so hard because, in families, everyone tend to pick and choose what side is to be on.
Right.
And also harbor feelings that they shouldn't harbor because it does not directly affect that particular person.
Right.
And, with us, we're just learning I consider us to be a young couple in marriage. We've been together for going on 10 years, and we've been married, so to speak, I guess about 6 years. And, we're still learning to cohabitate together, co-parent together, still listen to what each partner believes in and which direction that we should go. So when you come into holiday season, you want holiday season to be less stressful as can be, because you're paying bills, you're spending money, you're trying to
appease everybody and make everybody happy. You're trying to make sure that everybody that's involved has a good time. You're trying to make sure that everybody that's involved is well fed. You're trying to make sure that everybody involved feels comfortable when coming around family and not feeling like they're that outsider or they're that elephant in the room. But as we know, a lot of us come from broken families, y'all. Let's just keep it real. A lot of us come from broken situations. And when I say broken situations, meaning we didn't come from a two-parent household. And if we did have two parents, they weren't together in the same house. So it's not that we didn't have two parents that loved us, that were a part of our foundation growing up. But it's like once you go to these two separate households, these parents are doing things in two separate ways. It kind of, it confuses a lot of kids growing up, because in my opinion, these kids feel like they have to pick mom or dad. They don't feel like they can be loyal to both parents. They feel like if they're being loyal to mom, they're hurting dad. If they be loyal to dad, they're hurting mom. And then you have a lot of parents, or some parents out there, that have laid down and made kids together, and they make these kids feel guilty about being loyal to the other parent. And to me, that's so backwards. And that's why we are so frustrated, hurt, and just downright, just at a point to where we're at a breaking point on the inside, because it's a lot we feel like we can't talk about. Because if we open up to one parent, this parent feels like we're not being loyal to them. We go over here to this parent, it seems like we're having a good time with dad on dad's side of the family. Now mama's side of the family, or mama's making you feel guilty or making you feel bad about the people that you're choosing to have a bond with. That's our DNA, y'all. We got to stop making our children feel bad about having a relationship with the person that we chose to have a baby with. That's not their fault. We brought them into that situation. So therefore, we should be able to cohabitate and let these kids know that it's okay to be loyal to dad, or it's okay to be loyal to mom, and it's not going to cause any confusion or strife and heartbreak to that other parent.
Okay. So to our audience out there, how did you guys holiday go? How did y'all embrace it? What did y'all eat? What were you thankful for? Was it smooth sailing? Was it difficult?
Was there a little bit of family drama involved? Y'all want to talk about it? It's okay to talk about it. Y'all have a little family drama at the dinner table. Anybody has some family drama they want to talk about? No, I'm just playing, but I'm for real, because we all know that there's somebody gonna always come with the riffraff. In every family, it's at least one or two that's gonna come with that riffraff.
And how do you move forward going into Christmas? Because a lot of people, Christmas is the biggest thing of the year. Christmas is bigger than a lot of birthdays to some people. And some people go out and they may get loans to pay for Christmas. Some people go out and work extra hours to pay for Christmas, or they put it on credit cards, and they buying all this food, and that they you end up not even eating all of the food. So how are you guys dealing with the holidays and going to move forward, going into Christmas, and bring the family back together after Thanksgiving and heading into the new year? Because I know for us, we don't celebrate Christmas. We don't put up a Christmas tree. We don't put up any holidays. We don't put up any decorations or any of that. Me personally, before I met Takara, I was always like, holidays are made up of money. It's surrounded by money.
To get you to spend money.
How much money can you spend? Who can buy the biggest and best gifts? Who can get the most luxurious coats and cars, and and who can get the most flowers, and it's a waste of money and waste of time, just to me.
And just to take that a little bit deeper, even our 7-year-old, she'll be 8 next month, but even our 7-year-old knows that we're teaching her the true meaning behind a lot of these holidays. And so when these holiday times come, we're not trying to scramble and go broke providing her with different gifts and stuff. To me, we provide her with what she needs throughout the year, to where when Christmas time comes, or whenever these holidays do come up, she already has everything she needs. So she's not looking for one day to be able to collect all these gifts. Not only that, she knows that there's no fat white man coming down nobody's chimney to bring you nothing and put nothing in your house. She does understand that if she does, because her birthday is December the 15th. So we've taught her from a little bitty person to now, there's no white man sneaking through your house to bring you gifts. And even those children who do celebrate Christmas and their parents, they are provided with gifts on Christmas. She'll tell you straight up, that's your mama and your daddy working hard all year to be able to provide those gifts for you. And she doesn't even understand, as being 7 years old, why we still lying to our kids about this fat white man that y'all want. Y'all claim y'all don't want y'all kids sitting on nobody's lap, but run to the mall every chance y'all get, every Christmas, to have y'all's kids sit on this fat white man's lap to take a picture. How can it doesn't make it make sense? You don't want them sitting in a family member's lap. But when it comes to this imaginary being, it's okay for them to run and go take pictures with this imaginary being. I mean, just I don't know. I don't, me personally, y'all, I don't get it. I am kind of happy that Willow's birthday is in December. That way she don't really have to feel a bunch of, oh, these kids got a whole bunch of this and you didn't get that. Her birthday's in December and we go hard for her, as I stated, year round. So when December 15th comes, we are showering her with love. We are showering her with the things we feel like she needs the most. And most of the time, we go get us a passport stamp. You know, we're celebrating at an international destination, and because her birthday is so close to Christmas, it's like that is, you know, a thing for her. Should I say that? But she knows the real meaning behind Christmas. She knows that, you know, I don't believe in lying to my child. See, with my first kid, I was younger. I had her at 21 years old. So I did things the more traditional way with my oldest child. I was more so the family belief. That's how I went with things. And when I had Willow, I was 33. So I had a lot more time to grow and process things and get to know myself. And I was at a level of maturity to where I didn't want to lie to my child. What I think a lot of people don't really realize and think about when it comes to these holidays, like the Easter and then Christmas, and, you know, the holidays that more so revolve around this fictitious character. We're so worried about people lying to our kids, but can we keep it real and state that we're the first ones to lie to our kids? Those that celebrate those holidays, y'all are the first ones to lie to y'all kids about the Easter bunny, about the tooth fairy, about Santa Claus. Y'all are lying to them. And I hear that y'all understand that it's tradition and, oh, let them kids believe in this because y'all believe in that. But why would you be the first one to break your child's chain of trust? You're the first one that your child has to trust, and you're the one lying to them. Oh, the tooth fairy gonna bring you something when your tooth fall out. Oh, the Easter bunny gonna this, and that on Easter. Oh, Santa Claus is gonna. Why are y'all lying to these kids? Why not just teach them the truth? Don't y'all know y'all would save yourself a whole lot of money, heartbreak, and heartache if we just told our kids the truth and taught them the truth behind these holidays? I'm not saying you can't celebrate, but it is okay to go ahead and tell your child the real meaning behind a lot of this stuff.
The reason that I feel like people don't, because they like that facade. They like to just carry a lie. You know, lies linger on. You know, and the truth is always wanting to be. People want to cut out the truth, and that's just me, so to speak. We go to churches. We've been raised to go to church and, you know, believe in this. This image of what God is, and we go to church. We send our kids to church, and the church is a major staple of where lies begin when it should not be lying in the church. You know, and that's just me. You can get mad and whatever. It really don't matter to me, because the church celebrates every holiday that is on the calendar. And those, as we know, and we're not going to get all deep off into it, but we all know that those are pagan holidays. And if you are believing in God, you know that you don't believe in those things. So why does Reverend Pigfeet sit up and preach one thing but practices something totally different? I don't know. I don't understand. And once again, I hate that it affects my community. I hate that it affects, and it's a hard word, hate. And I hate that, because when time comes for the doors closed on that, you know, and we got to stop.
Tamara said, facts. Never tell them that mama and daddy went in for all the thing, and she said they don't even have a chimney, and then she came back and said Reverend Pigfeet. I know that's one of the things we teach Willow too. Willow tells the kids fast in a hurry, do you even have a chimney? And the kid will be like, yes, no. Well, then how did Santa Claus come through the chimney? But anyway, y'all, we can't get stuck on just that, because it's a lot deeper than that. And as adults, if we want to have an adult conversation about it, you know, I'm open to it, because me personally, like I said, the parents are the first ones to lie to the kids and give these kids false hope of stuff. And we don't have to do that. I don't never want to provide false hope to my child about nothing. I want to always tell her what's real and give her the opportunity to choose when she becomes old enough, if she wants to celebrate these things and if she wants to celebrate that. But she'll know coming up she was taught the real meaning behind a lot of stuff.
So my next question is like, okay, so look how many trees that you have bought or purchased in your lifetime. Every year you buy a new tree, because let's just be honest. When you buy a tree and you put it up, most of the times you throw a lot of those decorations away, or they end up getting
Broken or misplaced
broken,
or something.
dusty, faded, because you put them up in your what is it called upstairs?
Your attic?
Your attic, or you put
We
them
in
in
Georgia, so we got a
storage.
basement.
And then the next year you're hustling, bustling once again
To do it all
to
over
purchase
again.
all this stuff again, plus buy presents, plus buy wrapping, tape, everything that comes with that. And you're not tired yet? You're not tired of living this fake facade for your children instead of just telling them the truth and understand that Christmas is supposedly, and I just say that, about Christ and the birth of Christ. And and surrounding that is being thankful for your family and having your family around and cherishing the good times. And you can't even cherish the good times for thinking about how much money you spent and how are you going to pay bills. Hey, Munchie Lee, and then not to mention that you also still have to pay bills. You still have to have clothes and everything
Maintain
that
your
you
life.
need.
You still got to
And
maintain
it's
your
just,
life.
if everybody would just stay on to understanding what the true meaning of Christmas is, we wouldn't have to worry about a lot of things.
Going into
But
debt
we have
behind
been
one day.
conditioned to do these things. We have been truly conditioned to go in a steady repetition of this holiday, that holiday. And if we keep it real, our ancestors didn't celebrate these. We didn't. Your bambini.
Dushi, bambini. Y'all, we got love around the world, man. When we travel, we try our best to find. We don't try our best. I feel like just because of our personalities and who we are, we always find or meet somebody that turns into family more so than a friend. So when we go to these different islands, when we go to these different countries, we got a contact in just about every country we've been to. We have a contact there. And what makes me say that is because on Baby's Live, she's from Jamaica, but she lives in Curacao, is on there going back and forth with her. So, with him. So that's making me talk about it. But y'all, we good people. I don't care what nobody else say. We go all around the world and we are loved. So what? It happens, you go home and you don't get all that love. But when you go around the country, it shows you who you really are as an individual. When people that don't know you truly embrace you and take you in as a person, as a people, and make you their family.
As I'm growing and developing, you do get love from home. You get all the love you need from home if you are willing to accept that love from home and not go look for the love that you want,
as opposed to the love you're receiving. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. So and I appreciate him for breaking that down like that. Right.
If you receive that love.
Right. If you're accepting of the love that you do get, instead of looking for love in all the wrong places or wanting certain people to embrace you in certain ways that they just refuse to. That makes sense. I like that, hubby. I like that.
We are not going to do that no more. We are going to stop that because, yes, the love is there, and you receive the love from those that love you, and you pour back that love into them.
Those who showing you that love and respect.
And all the love that you are not receiving, you don't have to discard it, but you can put it over to the wayside until it comes to the tide comes back to shore.
I like that. I like how he just broke that down.
And I want you guys out there in the audience to do the same thing. Stop looking for love in all the wrong places. Stop wanting love from people that aren't
capable.
That are purposely not giving you the love to hurt you. Love doesn't hurt. And even around holidays, this is about holidays, even around holidays when you reach out to people and they're not receptive to you or the reciprocity is not there, don't get mad. You've done your job. Move on. And those people that are calling you and those people that are hugging you, those people that are texting you and saying whatever they're saying to show their love, and they, like Southwestern Belle say, reach out and touch somebody.
Reach out.
That's what you do.
somebody's hand.
You understand me?
Make this world a better
But
place
don't get
if
caught
you
up
can.
into wanting to love somebody that don't love you or
Man,
not
I
showing
didn't
love
spend
to
too much
you.
of my life being
You
hurt
know?
by that type of seriously by being hurt by
Exactly.
that because you want certain people to embrace you
Mm-mm.
in a certain manner, or you want certain
And-
people to respect you on a certain level, and they just refuse to show you that love you feel like you deserve. But in all honesty, once I started loving myself,
mature, you start understanding these things, and you stop talking in the way that you used to talk, and talk in a way that is these things, you know, because the Most High he's at work. He's doing his thing right now.
he's doing his big one.
And he is positioning you and the team around you to orbit in the space to where no one can touch you. And that's the way life should be. You know, we're so caught up in sharing or matching energy. We're so caught up on revenge and making a person feel
The hurt that they've
that
placed upon us.
they apply to you. No, we gonna stop that. And you are too. You're gonna stop that. And as long as y'all keep tuning in and giving your time to God, and also, you know, your spare time to us, we're gonna overcome this together. We're gonna make this happen, and we're gonna be one beautiful, happy family, and we're gonna be able to be proud about the things that we do. Because, like I said, man, God is moving, He's working, and you just be faithful and continue to do the works, and don't give up. Stay consistent. Look in that mirror at yourself and say, I can do it. I've been doing it. Yeah, I've fallen on hard times, and it seems like that the finish line has moved up 100 yards, but you just keep moving. You keep grinding. And as Deion Sanders said, I don't want nothing but dogs on my team. I don't want nothing but the smallest dog with the biggest heart on my team, because I know you're going to scratch. I know you're going to grind. You're going to grit. You're going to dig your claws in the ground, and you're going to move something, shake something. You know what I'm saying? And family is not just
your
by blood.
Right.
Blood make you relation.
Will
That
make
you
you
related.
right.
You know, the relationship of blood. But family, the words can't even describe what family is, because when your family kick in, it's just done. They see that you need help. They see that you're going through a troubled time. And it's not all about monetary means. It is about someone calling and saying, I see you. Here's some words of encouragement.
Man, ain't that it? Ain't that it?
Hey, don't give up, man. You're inspiration to me. And in return, you have to tell people when they inspire you or they're doing a good job. In return, you must tell them right then and there, hey, I see you. I appreciate you. You are valid. You are someone. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know how to accept. We know how to accept criticism, but it's so hard to accept a compliment.
Right.
So moving on forward into the next holiday, always say that you're good enough. Even if you're not invited, even if you are invited and you get treated like the bottom of a shoe, you are somebody and you are good enough, and God got
you. You are enough. You are so right. You are definitely enough, y'all. And it's just so many times that, like I said, I have stopped looking for validation from other people. I validate myself now, but what he said is real and it's true and it's humbling. Sometimes all you need is just a phone call from somebody to tell you, hey, I see you. I'm proud of you. Keep pushing, keep going. You know, y'all spoke a good word today. You know, just it doesn't hurt to give a couple of positive words. You know what I'm saying? And just me personally, I'm the person that's always pouring that positive love into others. And so I've always expected for others to pour that positive love back into me, and I haven't always gotten it. So I've stopped looking for it. And I've just started telling myself that I'm enough. I've just started doing things of self-validation and keep telling myself that I'm enough. Because to keep going outside of myself to look for validation and look for love and look for acceptance or look for things that I know or that I'm wanting from others, I stopped doing it. And I just started self-validating. And it feels so much better not needing anybody from on that outside to tell me that I'm enough.
God is placing people in your laps right now, showing you you are enough.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. And you have to accept what God is placing before you and don't question it.
He's
Because
also, not only is he placing people in front of you, but he's also showing you the people that are untrustworthy at that same time. He's also showing you the
Speak.
people that you should be dropping off and leaving in this season.
Speak.
Because as we turn the page and we go into the next season, God is truly showing us, if we're paying attention, the people that don't have our best interest at heart. And for some reason, you keep fighting against him, putting it in your
Come on
face
now.
that certain people don't have your best interest at heart. Stop fighting it and just